conference on integrity of mathematics and advancement of science and technology and management. Organizing Secretary Dr. Naval Kishore Lohani and their team. So today here I'm going to present on existence of non-unique fixed points and applications. So first of all, I want to explain what is the utility of fixed point. If we talk in real life, fixed point indicate a situation where a steady state condition or equilibrium is reached. Is it? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
So if we talk in the context of gene networks, fixed points are often seen as stable patterns of gene expression at the basis of particular biological processes. In Nash equilibrium, which was given by John Nash, his full name was John Forbes Nash. He also got a Nobel Prize for it in economics sciences. Also, he got Abel Prize, which is highest award given in mathematics. So, if we talk about Nash equilibrium of game, a fixed point of game's best response of correspondence. In compilers, fixed point computations are used for program analysis. For example, data flow analysis that is often required to do code optimization. If we talk about vector of page rank, values of all web pages which we use daily, in this case, fixed point of linear transformation derived from the World Wide Web link structure. If we talk about physics, more precisely in the theory of phase transitions, linearization near an unstable fixed point has led to mathematical explanation of critical phenomena. Logicians make use of fixed points in inferential theory of truth. So after locating these fixed points, the stability of each fixed point can be determined, which enables engineers, scientists, researchers to establish how the system is functioning and what are its responses to future conditions. So what is actually a fixed point? A point which remain invariant under a given transformation is called a fixed point. Suppose we consider a single valued self map. If we consider any point y belonging to the set non-empty set X, and if ty is equal to y, then this point y is called the fixed point. So this is a point that is mapped to itself by the function. In a graphical terms, a fixed point is a point of intersection of the graph of the curve y equal to tx and the line y equal to x. If we consider a function, single valued function, and define it like tx equal to 4x into 1 minus x, then we see that t0 is equal to 0 and t of 3 upon 4 is also equal to 3 upon 4. It means 0 and 3 upon 4 are the fixed point of this function t. If we draw the graph of this function, the yellow line is the graph of the function and y equal to x is the line. So point of intersection of this graph and the line is the fixed point. Here in this case, both the line and the curve intersect at the point x equal to 0 and x equal to 3 upon 4 means 0.75. So these are the fixed point of this function t. So if we define a function t as on the set of real numbers as tx equal to 2x, then we see that t0 equal to 0. It means 0 is the unique fixed point of this function. If we define a function as tx equal to x square, then we see that t0 equal to 0, also t1 equal to 1. It means this function have two fixed points. 0 and 1 are two fixed points of this function. If we define a function t as identity map, here we see that t1 is 1, t2 is 2, t3 is 3, and so on. It means this function has infinitely many fixed points. If a function is defined like tx equal to x plus 2 means it is a translation map, then t1 is equal to 1 plus 2 means 3, T2 equal to 2 plus 2 means 4, T5 equal to 7, T7 equal to 9, and so on. It means this function does not have a fixed point. So from all these examples, it is clear that there may exist a unique fixed point, as in the first case. It may have two fixed points, as in the second case. It may have infinitely many fixed points, as in the third case, and it may not have a fixed point, as in the last case, when the function is a translation map. So motivation behind this talk is the fact that what maps have a fixed point. If a map have a fixed point, how we determine a fixed point? If we could determine a fixed point, then we need to find whether a fixed point is unique or non-unique. If the fixed point is non-unique, then what is the geometry of fixed points? Does this have any application in real world? So existence of fixed point plays a significant role in nonlinear analysis, as many real world problems can be reformulated as a problem of finding fixed points of a nonlinear map. So we can say that fixed point theory is the most vibrant area of research in nonlinear analysis. And Stephen Banach was the first person who gave the first principle, means he noticed that each contraction in a complete metric space has a unique fixed point. So we can say that this is a significant outcome in fixed point theory, that a map under suitable conditions have a unique fixed point. But there may be some situations when a map may not have a unique fixed point. A unique fixed point of a discontinuous self map performs an essential role in fixed point theory. Because if the fixed point is not unique, then the set of non-unique fixed point may form a circle or a disk or an ellipse or even an elliptic disk or any other shape may be formed. And this may have several applications in biology, neural networks, economics, artificial intelligence, and so on. So in this particular talk, first of all, we introduce a notion of fixed circle and fixed disk via partial metric, which is not necessarily the same as the circle or a disk in Euclidean space. Then we study the geometry of non-unique fixed points, and then we give some applications. So what is actually partial metrics? Partial metric was given by S.G. Matthews when he was presenting a paper in 8th summer conference on general topology and applications, and this was the outcome of a result when he was studying doing some program verification. So this definition is motivated by application of computer science, where the self distance need not be 0. So the definition says that if P is any non-empty set, then the metric rho is called a partial metric if the self distance between any two of its points is equal to self distance between another 2 points, and this is equal to the distance between the 2 points W and V, if and only if W is equal to V. Secondly, the self distance between W is less than or equal to the distance between W and V. Thirdly, distance of W from V is equal to distance of VW. And fourth is this one, this is called the triangle inequality in case of partial metric space. And to obtain this fixed circle result, we are going to use partial metric version of Keresti map. Keresti map is a map which is a beautiful generalization of Banach contraction. So to establish a mathematical distance through zero self distance has been taken for granted in the theory of metric spaces. But it is interesting to see that in partial metric spaces, self distances are not essentially 0. For example, if we consider a metric space PD, if Fp is the set of formal balls in P, and we denote a ball with center W and radius Rs and Rw, and we define a metric as the distance between two balls, I can say this is the ball with center at W and radius R. This is a ball with center V and radius S. And if we define this metric as dWV plus maximum of RS, then this metric is a partial metric. Because in this case, the distance between two balls means self-distance between ball is equal to radius of the ball. This is not equal to 0. Also, it satisfies other properties of a partial metric, and this is the explanation of triangle inequality satisfied by this partial metric space. So, it is not very easy to define a circle in case of partial metric space, because here in partial metric space, self distance is not equal to 0 as in the case of metric space. Or in usual sense, we also consider the self distance to be 0. So the first result in this direction was given by Oscar and Tess. They are women mathematicians from Turkey, and they studied the geometry of non-unique fixed point and demonstrated that the set of non-unique fixed point contains a circle. But they studied this in case of metric space. To establish a result in metric space is very simple, but it is not so simple in case of partial metric space due to the non-zero self-distance condition. So here in this case, the circle is defined as circle with center W naught and radius R is defined as the set of all the points W belonging to P such that the partial distance of W naught from W is equal to R plus the self distance between W naught and W naught. If this equality is replaced by less than or equal to sign, then we call it a disk and we denote it by dW naught R. It means this is a disk with center at W naught and radius R. But geometrically, it is not necessary that this circle or this disk defined in this partial metric space is same as a circle or a disk in Euclidean space, as we used to study earlier. We demonstrate this fact by giving one example. Suppose we consider a two-dimensional real space. Suppose we define a partial metric as d rho WV equal to maximum of under root W1 square plus W2 square plus under root V1 square plus V2 square. One may easily see that this is a partial metric. Here W is equal to W1, W2 and V is equal to V1, V2 because we have considered a two-dimensional plane. So in this case, the circle with center at W1, W0 and radius 1 is equal to the set of all the points W belonging to P such that distance of W0 from W is equal to 1 plus distance of W0 from W. If we consider the center at origin, then this distance W0, rho W0 W is equal to 0, and in this case, the circle is the set of all the points for which rho W0 W equal to 1. So the equation of unit circle centered at origin and radius 1 is this. So by graphical representation, we see that here O is the center of the circle. Distance of A from O is equal to distance of O from B, and this is equal to radius of the circle. So if we take the center at origin, then in this case, the circle is same as the circle we define in Euclidean space. But if we shift the origin to 1, 0, then we see that because in this case, if W naught is 1, 0, then rho W naught W is not equal to 0, but it is 1. And in this case, 2 plus 1 is 3. So rho W naught W is equal to 3. So in this case, the equation of circle with center W naught and radius 2 comes out to be rho W naught W equal to 3. So in this case, the distance of A from P is the center of the circle, is equal to distance of P from B, but it is not equal to the radius of the circle. So this circle is not same as the circle in the Euclidean space. So this is the beauty of partial metric space. Now we give the definition of fixed circle and fixed disk. If we consider a circle centered at W naught and radius R in a partial metric space P rho, then for a self map M, if rho w distance of partial distance of w from mw is equal to self distance between w and the self distance between mw, then we for all the points w belonging to the circle centered at w naught and radius r, then this circle is called the fixed circle. Similarly, if in place of circle we write disk, then this is called the fixed disk. Now we establish the set of non-unique fixed points of a map which includes a circle or a disk using partial metric version of Karasti map. This Karasti map was defined initially by Karasti in a famous paper, Karasti's type mapping on complete partial metric space. This was a generalization of Banach contraction principle to the complete partial metric space, and its partial metric version was given in the paper a curve type characterization of completeness for partial metric spaces. So this is our first main result. In this result, we have framed some postulates for the existence of unique fixed circle. If any one of this postulate is not satisfied, then there will not exist a fixed circle. So postulate 1, 2 and 3 are essential for the existence of existence of fixed circle. And fourth postulate is essential for the existence of uniqueness of fixed circle, and this is nothing but the Banach contraction. So it is essential for the existence of unique circle, and our first postulate also demonstrates that MW is in the exterior of a circle, and second implies that MW is in the interior of the circle. So due to the shortage of time, I'm skipping the proof part of this theorem. Proof is very simple and easy, and which demonstrate the existence of unique fixed circle when we have a set of non-unique fixed point in the case of partial metric space. So the self map M, so this is the proof of the circle, and this is the example given in support of our result. In this case, we have considered a complex valued set. P is taken to be set of complex numbers, and we have defined the partial metric as rho WV equal to modulus of W when W equal to V, and 3/2 maximum of modulus of W and modulus of V when W is not equal to V. In this particular case, the circle with center at 2 iota and radius 4 comes out to be set of all the points for such that 3/2 maximum of mod 2 iota and W equal to 6. In this case, we have utilized the definition which is given by us in partial metric space, and if we define the self map like this, then we see that this self map satisfies all the postulates of our theorem, and it fixes the circle C2 iota 4. It means the set of non-unique fixed points of M, which is nothing but the set of all the elements of W such that W belongs to this circle, contains a circle. But in this particular case, this self map fixes the circle, but it does not fix the disk. And this particular example depicts the significance of our second and third postulates, because in this case, this self map defined verifies only first postulate but does not verify second and third postulate. It means one may check that it does not fix the circle. So it means second and third postulates are necessary for the existence of circle. If we take set of integers and define a partial metric like as maximum of modulus of W and modulus of V, then the circle is defined as rho W naught R is equal to R plus rho W naught W, and this is nothing but R plus modulus of W naught. If we define a self map as MW equal to W, it means this self map M verifies all the postulates of theorem but does not satisfy the fourth condition, which is nothing but the Banach contraction. It means the set of fixed point of M, this function M, contains a circle CW naught R, but this circle is not unique. There may exist infinitely many circles which are fixed by this M. In this particular case, M also fixes the disk DW naught R. So conclusion of our first theorem remains true if we replace our first and second postulates by these particular condition. In this case also, first condition demonstrate that MW is in the interior of the circle, and second demonstrate that MW is in the exterior of the circle. So this is the proof of the our theorem. I am skipping this for the sake of presentation due to shortage of time, because I think the second session is technically over, and I have joined at, I think, 2:10. And this is the example given in support of our result. And this is again the example in support of our result, which demonstrate the significance of our second and third postulates. And I'm skipping these slides. But I want to mention here, if the circle CW naught R has only one element, then our theorem 2 is a special case of Keresztes theorem in metric space. And our first, second, third theorem gives the assurance of both the existence as well as uniqueness of fixed circle in partial metric spaces. And it is not necessary that a circle or a disk defined by partial metric space is same as a circle or disk in Euclidean plane, as I have shown by giving the example. Also, the shape of the circle may also change on changing the center of the circle or metric under consideration. Also, the radius of the fixed circle does not depend on the center, and this radius may not be maximal. There may be other radii also. All the disks, also one important thing, all the disks inside a fixed disk are also fixed. If there exists a self map that maps a circle to itself, then that circle may not be a fixed circle. That is, the self map may not fix all the points of the circle. It is not necessary. It is interesting to see that the fixed circle is not essentially unique unless some additional condition is assumed for the existence of fixed circle. In the above example theorems, we have considered Banach contraction. So it is significant to establish uniqueness of the fixed circle using some different contractive condition. So I am giving one more result. In this case, we have replaced the Banach contraction by some more general condition. Even if we use this condition, then also there exists a unique fixed circle, and this condition may be replaced by some other conditions also, but one need to change some postulates accordingly. So for work on the set of non-unique fixed points, forming an ellipse or a circle or a disk, or even an elliptic disk, which I have not mentioned here, but we have communicated one paper in which we have demonstrated the case of elliptic disk. So if anyone interested in this direction may contact us. These are some of our recent papers. This particular paper is on unique and non-unique fixed points and fixed circles in MVV metric spaces. This particular metric space is introduced by us, and in this particular paper we have given application to cantilever beam problem. And this is one more paper which is published recently, fixed point to fixed disk and application in partial metric spaces. And this is one more paper, one on geometric properties of non-unique fixed points in B metric spaces. And this is a fixed point to fixed ellipse in metric spaces and discontinuous activation function. This is a very interesting paper because in this case we have considered the case of fixed ellipse. And this is the paper in which we have considered near fixed point. This is a new concept, near fixed interval circle, near fixed interval disk. This near word is very interesting. If anyone interested in this particular field may contact me directly also. And this is also one more interesting paper. So now we discuss the continuity of a self map on a fixed circle. It is interesting to mention here that this continuous map has a strong fascination among scientists, as most of the phenomena emerging in the real world is discontinuous in nature. So if we consider a fixed circle on a complete partial metric space P rho, and if this is a condition, P distance of MW and MV is less than or equal to this rho and WV, where NWV is this function, which is the maximum of some terms, and these are some of the postulates satisfied by this function M, then M is continuous at U belonging to CW naught R, if and only if this limit of the function as W naught n tends to U is equal to rho UU, means the partial distance, partial self distance between U and M is discontinuous at U if this limit is not equal to partial self distance between U. So using this theorem, we may find the circle at which the function is continuous or discontinuous. So motivated by the fact that the storage capacity of a discontinuous activation function is higher than the continuous activation function, we discuss Mexican hat type non-monotonic discontinuous activation function, which is used to introduce non-linear properties to the neural network. The main purpose of these activation function is to convert an input signal of a node in the neural networks to an output signal. Some of these activation functions are in the partition form. So this is the Mexican hat type activation function. So these are the constants and these are some relations which connect this, which define this Mexican hat type discontinuous activation function. And in this case, we have taken the partial metric which is defined like maximum of modulus of mu and v. So if we take these constant, we choose constant, this we have taken by choice. Then this is the activation function, and this particular discontinuous function A verifies all the postulates of our theorem, which we have discussed in earlier section. And here this discontinuous function fixes the circle C, which is centered at 3 and radius 6, and this circle is nothing but the set of points minus 9 and 9. And if we find the limit of the function and W9, which we discussed in earlier theorem, and as W9 tends to 9, then it comes out to be rho 9, means self distance between 9. And if we take the limit as W tends to minus 9, then this comes out to be rho minus 9 minus 9. So we from these two limits, we can say that A is continuous at the fixed point W equal to 9 and at W equal to minus 9, and it means it is continuous at both the points of the circle. It means it is continuous on the circle. So this is the graph of the activation function. One may observe that the function is, although the function is discontinuous activation function, but it is continuous at minus 9. Also, it is continuous at 9. So it is continuous at our fixed circle. Also, if we consider the values of the constant like this, then this is the discontinuous activation function. And in this particular case, A verifies all the postulates of our theorem, which we discussed in earlier section. In this example, our function A fixes the circle with center 2 and radius 4. And this circle with center 2 and radius 4 is nothing but the set of points minus 6 and 6. And if we calculate the limit of the function NW minus 6 as W tends to minus 6, then it comes out to be rho minus 6 minus 6. And if W tends to 6, then it is not equal to rho 6 6. It means this function A is continuous at the fixed point W equal to minus 6, but discontinuous at the point at the fixed point W equal to 6. So at one fixed point, the function is continuous, discontinuous activation function is continuous. At another point, it is discontinuous. It means on the whole, the function is discontinuous on this fixed circle, which is centered at 2 and radius 4. So this is the graph of our discontinuous activation function, and this function is continuous at the fixed point minus 6, but discontinuous at 6. At one point, at minus 6 is continuous, at 6 it is discontinuous. It is also visible from this graph. So this function is discontinuous. Also it is discontinuous at the fixed circle C to 4. So clearly, Mexican hat type activation function is never monotonically increasing. Using the function NWV, we may decide the fixed point at which the activation function is continuous or discontinuous. So researchers show that the maximum human deaths on the earth are due to heart disease. And ECG signal classification is a significant for early diagnosis and treatment of cardiac diseases. Consequently, neural network model is considered to be good or for making neural network more efficient. So it is interesting to mention here that maps having fixed point, fixed circle, fixed ellipse have been utilized in neural networks as activation function, and our result may also be applicable to neural nets under suitable condition. Before going to my next application, I also want to mention one important thing, that a neural network is a network of neuron which is either a biological, made up of real biological neurons, or an artificial. Artificial neural network is useful in medical diagnosis, nonlinear system identification and control, sequence recognition, pattern recognition, decision making, game playing, financial applications, email spam filtering, data mining, visualization, and so on. The discontinuous activation function can handle diverse spam of data, of input data as diverse segment, and also applicable increasing the storage capacity of the neural network. So it is very important application if we study, give the application of the set of non-unique fixed point in the direction of neural networks. This is one more example in which we have given the application of conversion of solar energy to electrical energy using the Banach contraction principle in partial metric space. Because these days solar panels are made and promoted to diminish the dependency of people on petroleum products. The total energy to take care of power demand requires a region of around 99,858 kilometers. Therefore, it is necessary that the area within sun belt ought to immediately start setting up the required innovative conditions for effective energy management. So we know that the principle of concentrating the solar energy to make high temperatures and change into electrical energy for over a century, but we have started using it only mid of 1980s. The sunlight received on the surface of Earth in 1 hour is enough to power it for one complete year. So inspired by this reality, we apply our result to initial value problem of transformation of solar energy to electrical energy, which is displayed as a Cauchy problem. So this is the equation, involved equation here. L is the inductance of the coil, R is the resistance, and V is the voltage of a circuit respectively. And this is the green function associated with this differential equation. So this problem is equivalent to finding the integration of this integral of this function. Here U is the set of Riemann integrable functions. On 0, 1, it means U is equal to R01. And we define the metric as, because it is a partial metric, so we have defined it as maximum of norm U and norm nu. In this case, clearly, this is a partial metric space. So this is the theorem which we have proved for the conversion of solar energy to electrical energy, and these are the steps of the proof. I am skipping for the sake of presentation. So following the similar pattern, we can find the solutions of other physical problems also. For example, cantilever beam problem, spring mass system, deformation of elastic beam, bending of an elastic beam, rotation of an hanging cable, damped harmonic oscillator, and so on. For more application in generalized metric space, one may refer to our paper. This is published in Journal of Nonlinear Analysis in 2019. So we have explored a new direction as a fixed circle and disk to geometry of set of non-unique fixed points via partial metering. This is very important. And we have demonstrated the significance of novel results in neural networks. This permits us to select the suitable activation function according to the underlying problem on neural networks. Also, we have solved the initial value problem of the transformation of solar energy to electrical energy, which play a significant role in the application of science and technology. But even now, this research is never complete. There are some open problems which anyone interested can think in this direction. Are there any better nonlinear contractions which give the existence of non-unique fixed points, which include a circle or a disk or any other closed figure? In short, we may also call this any geometrical shape. Generally, we call these figures as fixed figures. Can we extend the result of this talk to some other spaces like G metric space, M metric space, MVB metric space is defined recently by us, B metric space, fuzzy metric space, complex value metric space, and so on? Can we give some more applications of the set of non-unique fixed points forming a circle or a disk in partial metric spaces? With these words, I conclude my talk, and thanks for giving me a chance to speak in this well-organized conference. And these are some of the references which are utilized by us. And thank you so much. I am very thankful to Dr. Govind Pathak for giving me the opportunity to speak in this talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. हमारे बीच हमारी थर्ड सेशन की टेक्निकल सेशन की मुख्य अतिथि वक्ता डॉक्टर अनीता मैम द्वारा फिक्स पॉइंट के लर्निंग टॉपिक में जो डिटेल इमर्जिंग फील्ड ऑफ रिसर्च है उन पर विस्तृत चर्चा की गई। आपने इमर्जिंग फील्ड ऑफ रिसर्च तो हमारे यहाँ कल जो हमारे कीनोट स्पीकर थे डॉक्टर आरपी पंत सर, उन्होंने भी फिक्स पॉइंट पर अपने शोध कार्य को सभी के साथ साझा किया था और आज मैम ने एक लेवल और ऊपर फिक्स पॉइंट की एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड रिसर्च वर्क को हम सभी के साथ साझा किया।